Hello, Scott from Wessex Blades. Tinkering in the garage tonight. I'm finishing off the edge on the funky spear point thing. Gimmick. Nothing too special. But I wanted to have a little bit of a play with my £7 Kukri. You just love them, don't you? Although this is definitely one of them handmade specials. You can see it's got like cracks in it. I expect from poorly forged something. Got a chunk out of it, but I think it's a real one. I don't think it's knockoff central. I think it's a good oldie, and just want to sort of sharpen it up over the next couple of days. So I'll show it off to you. Little rinky dink. Yeah, it'll do. Something nice to play with for the price of a more. So yes, there's that. Next couple of days. And then Mr. Funkster. I've made a start on the old gimmick. I mean, with stock that big. You know, I'm not exactly making it a scalpel. So I wouldn't really expect it to go for a bamboo skewer, would you? Of course you wouldn't. No, of course you wouldn't expect it to go for a bamboo skewer like that. Not on that thick. You know, on 7 and 70, it'll never bloody do it. You know. And as for getting a piece of plywood, it's probably got lumps of brass in it. I mean, the last thing you want to do on a piece of nasty shite, you think, there, go. That's the last thing you want to do, isn't it? You know? And to expect it to just to sort of do that to lever, I mean, that's just you'd never expect it to do that, would you? Of course not. I mean, to do that, I mean, especially after going like, you know, it's just never bloody happen, would it? So, good night. See you next couple of days. Scott from Wessex Blades. Just, you'd never expect it from something that thick, would you? Of course not. That would be stupid. No, Wessex Blades. So for my Kukri redo, I've gone over that with the last remnants of the Sharpie before I start my new one, and I've got to ascertain how to address it to the belt in order to just grind that back because of the chips there. There's a few ways of doing it. I could go literally up to the belt or stone edge on, and you grind it back to a flat until you get to the chip, and then do it again. So it was like that, ragged. You've made it now flat, and then you go down and take it all off. Well, the thing with that is you get less addressing practice going to the grinder. So I'm going like that and just getting a feel of it, because freehand is one thing, using a jig's another. You can't really use a jig on something that's a full flat and then an angle, because you don't know what the angle is, because it's already full flat. It's not like a slap body with an angle. So to try and get this on a jig the same every time is it's a joke, because it's probably hand forged, there's a distal taper to it. It's just never going to be the same left or right. So it's all about freehanding. So all I'm doing is getting up to it like this. There's the flat. Literally like putting a Scandi on a stone, except you're putting a Kukri to a belt grinder. Exactly the same. So I'll get going and see if I can balls it up and improve it. See you in a bit.
Take them off when it's up in the roller.
after I've, I suppose, gone down about 2mm in order to get rid of that huge great divot that was out of that. The steel's pretty good, it's pretty soft. I think it's at least truck spring. Pretty well made. There's a few faults in it, but the actual person who made it's got a beautiful distal on it. But it's just, you look at it and there's like little flaws. You see that? That's a crack. It's just the way it is. Bang, bang, bang. It probably won't ever break. It's like 8mm thick, you know. So there's a rejuvenated Kukri, which should be pretty. That's not my edge, that's just pure recurve doing that. That's just. That's pure biting 1950s, 1940s tenacity, I'm sure. That's just. I think the moral of the story here is Mr. M up north will be going, oh, Kukris never die, he just get leaner and meaner. What a fabulous piece of kit that is. It's just lost 2mm. Me. See you in 300 years. Let's go from Wessex Blades with his £7 Kukri. Just have a bit more of that again, I think. Just a little bit more. That's pure recurve doing that. I haven't gone for an edge at all. What if you're swinging it? What if you swung it? Jeez. Just.